This is how to build an aesthetic body. This is everything you need to know. And yeah. So just get straight into it. Number one, it's your training, the most important thing. And yeah, just your training is the most important thing because the way you train is gonna dictate if you're gonna be stronger, more aesthetic, and or if you want to be athletic or anything else, anything you're training for. Like you can train for martial arts, you can train for sports, you can train for bodybuilding or powerlifting or whatever you want. So the way you train is gonna dictate your result. All right, and if you want this right here, it's not nothing crazy. It's what I've built over 2 years of training, and you've seen where I started from. So yeah, it started from pretty much like fat as fuck, had no muscle. A gym I went to had like these little calipers that would measure your fat, and they would like pinch you, and then they would put in the app, like with your weight and everything. And bro, the app I know the app was glitching out, but bro, I just said 75%. I know it was not 75%. It was probably like a 30. Nah, it was more than 30, bro. You've seen those pictures. I'd say 45, around there. That's a lot, bro. And then when I measure it now, it's at like 13. Yeah, last time I measured it was 13. I've gotten a little leaner, so it's probably like around 12 right now. It's not the most accurate, but from like what I see, like you know those body fat charts? Like I'm gonna put it up right here. Like you've seen this, bro. Like it says 15, 10, 12, 6. Some of them are like 3 or something. And then you see the fat guy and it's like 30, like 20 is pretty fat, and then 30 and then all that. And you can see on the little image, everyone stores fat differently. Like some people would store fat more on their stomach, some like on their legs or something. Depends your genetics. But just if you look, you can't spot reduce it. Is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something else, but it's more important. If you've seen those like rolling on the face, like the corsets, or like you know the waist trainers that you like that. That's bullshit. The waist trainers, it makes you a little slimmer. Like it makes you slimmer, but it's just making your ab muscles shrink, which is pretty bad. Cause like bad for your back and like stabilizing and shit. And the corset's pretty much the same shit. It just makes you like you can't fucking eat. It's like tight as fuck. It's like wearing a lifting belt all the time. Imagine wearing a lifting belt all the time, bro. Like all the way locked, like you just and yeah. So your training dictates how your result is gonna come out. So let's say I was a basketball player. I would train like you know have you seen the video of like the basketball player? I don't know if it's LeBron or something, where he's like squatting and he only gets to like right here. He goes like that. He goes a little deeper, and then he just like flies up. It's not actually that retarded. Like it looks pretty stupid, but it's not actually that dumb because he's training for basketball, and you need to be like explosive so you can jump up. But and they don't really want to build muscle like we do, like for hypertrophy. They want to build it for function so you can like jump higher, do whatever. And you probably want to build a nice body so you can look good. I don't really think you care about your vertical. If you do, you can just add that training to your thing. But if you want to prioritize, like the main thing you want is to improve your body, like it looks, the shape, like everything, you know. And strength is like, let's say hypertrophy is right here, strength, let's say, is right here, and then you have your athletic, like right here. Like, let's say you play a sport right here. You want to look really good, and here's your strength. The main thing you want is probably the body if you're watching this video. If not, you can like switch up what I'm saying, but you should focus on mainly just hypertrophy training. Like, you should train like a bodybuilder. So I'll explain it. I do almost all my sets except the warm-ups to failure. Like, just like, not that pussy failure. I'm putting up my chest day, and then I'm gonna do back. Then legs, I'm a little bit less like on the compounds. I don't really go to failure that often, but on the machines, bro. Whew, I'm gonna give you guys a leg day soon. It's taking me a little while to edit because it's like I'm not really that good at it, but it's gonna be a good chest day video. You're gonna see me do like a drop set on my dips and stuff. My chest still hurts. It's been like 2 days. Yeah, it's been 2 days. My chest is cooked. My triceps are also cooked. I don't know why my biceps hurt. I haven't trained. I trained them like a while ago. So straight to the training. There's a couple more things, but this is the main thing. I just have to speak a lot about. Um, I do pretty much a bro split, except I combine my shoulders and my arm day because they're both pretty small and it's not that hard to hit both of them. Might as well. Like, if you hit your arms a little bit and then your shoulders are warm, it's just easier. Because chest is pretty hard, honestly. The way I train chest is pretty difficult, and then back is also like it takes all of the time, and then it's pretty hard. And then so if you let me just go straight into it. You've heard of push pull legs, um, where you do your push muscles, which is your chest, your triceps, your shoulders on one day, and then your pull, which is your back and your biceps, and then your legs, which is what's your legs. Your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. I don't really like that. I don't approve. Cause when you go your whole workout, like hitting chest, like if you see the way I train, you're just destroyed. Like your arm volume and your sets is just like you're dead. And there's another thing where when you're more fatigued, you can move less weight and like control it less. So you're getting worse gains because you're putting less into the muscle. And you can only, like, if your chest is good but your triceps suck, or your chest is good and your arms suck, you can't really separate them. So you can't double up on arms in that week. You can only do chest and the same thing. So your chest is just gonna get even bigger and your arms are gonna look goofy. And then your shoulders, most people start off with chest and then they're lacking on their shoulders. I started on push pull legs because YouTube, and then some other people told me, push pull legs, push pull legs. It was good. It was way better than not doing anything or doing like some other shitty split. But it's not like as good as the one that I'm doing right now, which is a 4-day split. So I do I start with like whatever I continue with. So let's just say chest on the first day that you train. So let's say chest Monday, then back the other day, and then shoulders and arms, and then legs. Or you can switch them around however you like. 4 days. That's all you really need. I've started gaining even more muscle. You just gotta train with a lot of intensity. Like, you guys seen the resurgence of Mike Menser training, that he does like really high volume. He does one set like all out to failure. I don't really agree with that. I think you should do more sets. I do 3 working per exercise, which is like, compared to Mike Menser, that's his whole workout. But I do his failure. Like, bro, I look like a tomato, bro. Literally, look, I look like this during my workout. I look like this. You're gonna see in the fucking video I'm gonna make. I look like a tomato. And yeah, you gotta train like super, super, super hard. There's people that they're like, oh, science-based lifting. Like, okay, it tells you that the stretch position is the one that makes the muscle, and so there's a concentric and then an eccentric. So the one that really makes the muscle is the eccentric, which is the one where strength is like getting lengthened under load. So this is my tricep right here. I'll just do bicep. Bicep is easier. Everyone knows bicep. So right here, from let's say here to here. Oh my god, it's camera, bro. Well, all right, bicep. This is lengthened. Let's say I'm doing a pre-jerk curl. Boom, all the way to here. That's like the most stretched position that I'm gonna be in. And then up here, this is the most contracted I'm gonna be, like this range of motion. And this is gonna be the lengthened. The one that actually makes the most muscle is this. Like you don't have to go all the way up. So on bench press, have you seen Sam Sulek like on incline press? I'll just use incline press. You know Sam Sulek, everyone knows Sam Sulek. He goes like this, and he doesn't lock out all the way. There's people that are gonna be like, oh, your form's ass. You're not going full range of motion. But he goes like very deep stretch. Like the dumbbell reaches his front delt most of the time. Then he goes like this. Sometimes he goes all the way, but this is mainly what makes the muscle. The strength, the lengthened part where it's all stretching and your chest is just like ripping apart, instead of just this top part. And the way I do it, which is what works for me, is I do my concentric, which is the part that's contracting your muscle, like pushing away. I do that very fast. Like I'm gonna be on bench press, and I unrack it, and then I go down really slowly, and then get a good stretch, and then I just blast it up as hard as I can. Now the pushing part, the concentric, is the one that you're gonna be mainly focused on because it's the most fun part. But the negative is what actually makes you the muscle. So you should just prioritize the lengthened way. And when you're doing your sets, like the last couple reps, you just like when you can only do this if you have a spotter. Do not do this with the bar when you're alone. Just like when you're doing this, just like tell them, oh, I'm gonna do a couple partials, which is the bottom part. Just boom, 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 blast it out, and it's gonna be better. And if you didn't do it, you're gonna get more gains, more muscle, like getting ripped apart. Let me put up the little image. There's like this bicep, and it shows that before your workout, it's like this, and then it goes. When you work out, it goes like this. So like it rips a little bit. And there's micro tears, and then your body uses your protein that you've eaten, and then it's like you see the little hole, like it just fills that in with muscle, and then now after you rest and recover, it's a little bit bigger. So it used to be like this. You make a little hole, like not an actual hole. It's like some tears. Then you get some protein, which is like, let's say your cement. Like let's say your wall has a hole. Then you get some cement, and then and now it's a little bit bigger, and it can take more training, more weight, more lengthen, more time, more sets, more whatever, more progressive. Like that's how you progressive overload, because your muscles get stronger over time, so they need more stimulus to grow. Because you know when you, let's say, the people that drink coffee, if you drink coffee, the first time you drink like a cup of coffee, you're like, and then when you keep doing that, you're gonna have to need 2 cups, 3 cups, which is not good for you. But it's gonna be, but when you're doing training, it's way better that you need more training to stimulate your muscle because it's gonna grow even more. So you get tolerant to training. That's why you should switch up your training sometimes. and all of that stuff. But that's not really that important. The main, I'm just giving you the 80-20 rule where you get 80% of the results with 20% of the effort, and then the other 20 is just like a lot of effort for no reason. Train for failure and use that split if you like it. You should enjoy your workout, which is the most important part. Cause if you don't really enjoy it, you could go for a year, and then you just stop. Your gains are gonna go away, and it's just gonna be shit. But for the person, even if you make slower gains, the person that enjoys the gym, like let's say the first guy is doing push pull legs, he doesn't really enjoy doing push pull legs, right? He quits after a year and a half. Let's say he made even better gains, even though you make worse gains with push pull legs, in my opinion. At least for that's what happened to my body, my experience. Even if it works better for him for muscle or whatever he wanted to do, he quit after 1.5 years. Even if it's 2 times slower, the guy that enjoys his workout and is on a bro split, if he goes 4 years, he's gonna be even bigger than the other guy, and he's gonna be happy in the gym. And he's gonna be having a good time. So it's not just making muscle. You're gonna have a good time in the gym. Like you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be in a good mood. Like when you're in your set, you're like locked in. You're angry. But when you stop your set, when you go to get a drink of water, you're with all your friends. You're having a good time. When you're hitting your bro split, and then when you're hitting push pull legs, unless you're just alone, you're just like not even having a good time. Like you're gonna give up, and that's pretty much it for training. I don't really repeat anything twice a week. If all you're doing is training, like weight training, then you can, yeah, your weakest body part, you repeat it twice. Or if you really like training, you can repeat two body parts twice, and you still have one rest day. But if you repeat, three, yeah, you could repeat all of them. No, you can't, because it's four. Um, so your strongest one, you should just do it once a week, and then your two weaker ones, if you enjoy training and you wanna do 6 days a week, your two weaker ones, let's say your legs and your back are weaker and your chest is very strong, and your arms are pretty strong and your shoulders are pretty good, you can repeat these two twice, so you get double the gains. If you're still sore though, do not train extra. Just train your other body part. Like let's say you're gonna hit your second back day, but then you have your first that's already recovered is your shoulders and your arms, but your back is still sore. Just hit your shoulders and your arms, and then just repeat the cycle, and until you can get 2 weeks. Bro, I sound sped. All right, until you can get your 2 training sessions in that week, and yeah, that's pretty much it for training. That's pretty much it. Train as hard as you can. Like when you're like, let's say you're doing these overhead tricep extensions, you're going, and then you literally can't. Like you can like cheat one up and then go do the negative, and you can. I usually do two cheats, and then that's it. Cause then you're like ego lifting. Like if you're doing curls and you're like, and then you're like right here and you're stuck. You can't go up. You can like thrust into the bar. You pause, but you can like cheat rep your way up to here and then go like as slow as you can. Don't be like just hold and try to hold it up. If you can, just slowly let it down. Now it's gonna give you way more gains than just like that, like that CrossFitter ass pull ups. That are like, hey guys, wanted to add this in really quick. It's how you train. Like when you go into the gym, what do you do? Forgot to add that. I'm a little bit of an idiot for not adding that in. Um, I usually do for push 3 exercises. The ones that I'm feeling. I usually do one incline, one flat, and then one calisthenics or whatever I like. And then for arms, I do 2 exercises each For bicep, 2 exercises. Tricep, 2 exercises. Whichever ones I'm feeling. And then for shoulders, I do 2 exercises. I don't hit my rear delt at all. I just hit it during my back workout and it's been working fine. I do lateral raises. Sometimes I do shoulder press. If not, I just do dumbbell lateral raises and then cable lateral raises. Legs, 3 exercises each part. Quad, hamstring, calf. There's not really that many, so I only do like 1 or 2. And back, 2 vertical pull, 2 horizontal pull, and that's it. It's that easy, guys. And that's pretty much it for training. I think I covered everything. And then number 2, nutrition, which is what you eat, obviously. And your nutrition should be what I eat personally. I don't really have a macro split. I try to get my 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is, you look around everywhere. The study, I think, was 0.6 or something, or like 0.8. And then we just everyone just rounded it up because it's way easier just to say 1 gram per pound. And it's a little bit extra, so you're good, just in case. You can get a little extra gains and stuff. You gotta do everything for those gains. All right. And so, the protein, you need 1 gram per pound. Just, I explained it, like your muscles get teared, and then you get pretty much cement, basically, like your wall has a hole. You get cement, and then you patch it up, and then that's it. With the protein is basically the cement, and the wall is your muscles. All right, and now this is a very important part. Your testosterone will get fucked if you don't pay attention to this part. You have to keep at least minimum to feel at any type of life in you. Keep 20% of your calories as fat. I made a diet video. It's just pretty much the things that you should eat. But this is the basic breakdown. Fat is super important because if not, your hormones get destroyed. And if you don't, you're like, oh, hormones, whatever. If you have shitty hormones, you will build no muscle. Maybe 1 pound. Maybe you'll make 1% of the gains if you eat 0 fat and your testosterone just crashes. Your sleep, your life will just suck dick if you don't eat at least 20% fat. So in a 2,000 calorie diet, should at least have 400 calories of fat minimum, bro. Minimum, absolute baseline. There's some studies that say that 40% would be better. It increases your testosterone until 40%. More than that, it's just a waste, right? So I'm around 2,500 calories right now. I'm bulking. I've gained a little bit of weight, but I'm leaner, bro. I've gotten leaner. Depends the food you eat. It's not actually just macros. The very important part is just straight up the things that you eat, the quality of what you eat. If you eat fucking protein bars, but the macros are good, protein bars and Rice Krispies. Oh, the macros. I'm hitting my macros. You're gonna look like shit. You're gonna feel like shit. And why would you do that? Just eat steak, ground beef. If you can't afford steak, ground beef there's cheaper ground beef. You can figure it out. Chicken, pork, whatever. And eat fruits. Some people like to eat rice, bread, pasta, and potatoes and stuff. I do eat potatoes though. I like my mashed potatoes with some cream cheese in there. It's pretty good. Make sure you don't have the fucking seed oil cream cheese. I don't know. I'm not really gonna look at it. Just turn over the label and just look for any seed oils. Anything that says vegetable oil, run away. Don't eat that at all. Hydrogenated, even worse. Maybe the nutrition guy, just watch that if you want like the actual food to eat. I'll just give you the basic what I eat. I eat eggs in the morning with some fruit, whatever fruit I want, or whatever fruit I have in the house. Maybe some milk, but try to get I like raw milk, but I don't have any more, and there's none in the stores. So I put some honey in there. Oh, that's so fire! And I don't really fuck with it pasteurized or anything. Like it's all like weird. I don't. Most of the time, I just drink water and that's it. And like a couple oranges, maybe like two oranges. Right now, I'm on 4 eggs in the morning because I'm not really that hungry in the morning. And 4 eggs is enough for the benefit of the test, and there's protein in there. There's a lot of vitamins and shit, and everything except vitamin C is in eggs, and the fruit has vitamin C, so it's a good combo. With the water, so you can hydrate in the morning. The fruit also helps you hydrate. Some people have electrolytes in the morning. I don't really need them in the morning. Just have them later, like around my workout. And yeah, guys, it's not that hard to eat good. Because when you're eating fruit, it's basically candy, bro. Tastes better than candy, in my opinion. Because you get to eat so much of it and it has less sugar and it's just better. No red 40. Have you guys seen that red 40 guy? Bro, I love that red 40 guy. It's so funny. And that's pretty much it for nutrition. Well, yeah, I forgot about carbs. Alright, so I have around 200, maybe 250 grams per day, around there. Some days a little bit less, some days a little more. It's hard for me to get more than 250 grams with all the fruit. I'm gonna have to like get fruit juice if I want to get even more carbs. Because potatoes are really hard to eat, bro. Like you get so full, and like I was eating potatoes and shit, and I was just like my weight was dropping, and I was like, oh shit, like I was 123. I was like, oh shit, it's time to stop. So I started eating fruits and fattier meat because I'm like trying to bulk, and I've gotten leaner. I feel healthier, and I've gained weight. I'm at 134 ish, somewhere around there, and I've gotten bigger noticeably from 123. I was already trained and everything, and I was like, I feel kind of bad, bro. Blasted my fruit, blasted all that fat calories. I would like put olive oil on my stuff. Now I don't really need to do all that, and just get like the fattiest cut of meat, or the fattiest ground beef, like 80/20. It's a fattier one. There's one that's like 97/3. That one sucks. Like there's no flavor in there, and it's just there's no fat nutrients. Like the fat has a lot of nutrients, and yeah, carbs around there. Have a clean source. Don't have candy and ice cream and bullshit. You know those people. You know the macro people. Don't listen to them. Video is getting kind of long. This is the full guide. This is like all the knowledge right here in my brain that I know. 3 is your rest, which is super important. I told you about that muscle where it has a little hole in there. Like it's basically a wall with a hole. And muscle protein synthesis is basically wall with a hole and cement. Then you let that dry, then you're good. So that's pretty much why you're still sore, so you don't really make more tears on the muscle. And this is why rest is important. If you don't rest, it's basically like not having time to fix that hole. So you have a hole in your wall, and you keep making the hole bigger, but you don't rest. Maybe you put like a tiny amount of fucking cement. You would barely have time to even cover it. That's what happens when you sleep like shit. You don't need to have 9 hours of sleep 10 hours of sleep, the perfect sleep in your life, bro. You don't need all that. But it will help you a lot if you get more than like 6 hours. 6 hours is the minimum. My minimum is 7 hours and like 30 minutes. If I have less than that, obviously, I made the sleep video. If it's not actually the time you're in bed, because you know you roll around, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night, or you're just like looking at your fan, just thinking about your life. That takes like an hour, 30 minutes off of your time sleeping. So when I get to bed around 10, and I get like 7 hours, 30 minutes, maybe 7, I feel kind of bad. But when I get 8, 8:30, sometimes when I'm really exhausted, 9 hours, like I'm just on top of everything. I'm just like, I can do everything. I can do all my work. I can do my homework. I can make videos. I can do anything, work out, jujitsu, anything. Right? So your sleep is very important. Made the sleep guide. Just not gonna redo all of it. I'm gonna do some. Look at the sun in the morning. Cool room. No heavy meals. Close to your bedtime, like 2 hours before, so it can digest a little bit, so you're not like full in your bed. And I don't drink water like 2 hours before I sleep, or like 3. I drink like little tiny sips, because if you drink too much, you know how you wake up to take a piss? Like, it's hard for your body when you have so much water that you need to piss out to hold it in during the night. So it's pretty much what I do for my sleep. Now, number 4, it's your mentality, the way you think, the way you feel in the gym, the way you act in the gym, the things that you enjoy doing in the gym. This is so important for you to be successful in the gym. If your mentality is shit, even if you have the best, most optimal, perfect workout routine, you're not gonna make as much gains as a guy on a bro split, or on whatever split he feels like, but that he likes. Maybe he likes to have his arm day separate. Maybe he likes to have his quad separate. Even if it sounds retarded to you, if he enjoys it, he's gonna do it more. He's gonna do it to failure. He's gonna make more gains. He's gonna recover better. He's gonna be better in everything else too, because he's happy that he did good in the gym. He's gonna be all around way better than whatever guy with the perfect training program. Jeff Nipper, like 3 reps in reserve. Whatever, bro. Fucking. I saw this guy talk about they would like cut off the blood flow to the muscle. Bro, why would you do that? That's just stupid. Like, they would like do leg extensions with a little, you know, the thing that they do to take your blood out? Like, so like it would like pinch you, so you get your veins out and shit, and it's like, wow, bro, just train like a normal person. What is that? No, bruh. Enjoy the gym. Do what makes you happy, even if it's not perfectly optimal. It's better than if you're like, push pull legs. Oh my god, I have push day today. I don't want to hit push. You need to have the perfect workout. Even if you train to the most optimal rep range, the most optimal everything, the most optimal rest time, timed rest time, your workout's gonna be shit. Even if you have the best meals, best everything. If your mentality isn't there, you're cooked. So, this is how to get good mentality. And which step 5 is going to be how to be consistent, which this just plays into it a lot. So, just get straight into it. Alright? Got you. So, you got to enjoy your workout, obviously. If you don't like what you're doing, you're not really going to do it. You probably know that. Number 2, train with a friend or someone you like to train with. That'll push you, that'll make you go to failure, go to do job set, go do negatives. Train really hard. Then, keep your goal in mind to get the body that you like. Think of all the things that'll improve when you get the body. 4. This is what I think. Imagine being that one dude. You all know this guy when you start lifting and you tell them that you started lifting and they're like, oh no, I used to lift. No, I used to be strong. No, I used to be very strong in the gym. I used to bench 405 in my day. But I stopped when I finished high school. I stopped when I was 20. Do you want to be that guy, bro? Do you want to be that bum, bro? Some fat dude or some like skinny ass dude that looks like shit. And he's like, oh no, bro, I used to be really good. I train, yeah. This is what you gotta do. Why would you listen to that guy? Look at where he's at. He's 30, 40, or whatever age he is. He quit the gym, right? His wife, alright, I'm not gonna get that deep into it. His wife doesn't like his body. I'll just go say that. There's other things that are not doing too hot. That are very important for them to be happy. That's all I'm gonna say. And do you want to be that guy? Imagine like someone else. You're in his spot, and then you say that to them. Imagine how much of a bitch you look like, bro. You look actually like a pussy. Like, don't. No one wants to be that guy. I always think, you know those fit dads that are like super jacked, and their kids like look up to them, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be as strong as my dad. I want to be as big as my dad." Bro, do you not want your son to be like, "Oh, I want to be as strong as my dad," and you're like jacked out of your mind. You've been training for like 20 years plus, and you just like you walk in to pick them up from school or like whatever they're doing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is my dad," and you just, bro, do you not want that, or do you want to be the fucking normal guy? Your son is just normal. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's my dad," and you just look normal. You look like shit, bro. You wanna be? I know you wanna be the first guy. I know you. I know. If you're watching this, you wanna be the first guy. Obviously, if you're sticking through this, I know you have the same goals as me. And yeah, another way to improve your mentality. Think of what would happen if you don't. The time is gonna go by anyway. The years are gonna pass. You know those people that are like, "Oh, it took you 2 years? That's so much time to make gains. It took you 2 years to figure that out. It took you 2 years to get to whatever your PR is. It took you 2 years. So much time. All right, what are you doing in the time if you don't train? I know for sure, for a fact, you're not doing anything productive. You're probably spending those 2 hours or 1 hour that you would be in the gym instead of fucking being in the gym, getting after it, feeling good, making gains, being way healthier than the normal person, eating nutritious foods, sleeping good. Instead of doing all that, you're just scrolling on your phone for extra 3 hours a day. You want to put 3 extra hours into this, which you're watching right now? This is helping you. But I guarantee you've watched 1,000 other videos that have not helped you at all. Would you rather do this or get the body that you want? I know what I would choose. And if you're this way all the way into the video like this, I know what you want. And I know you're gonna stick through to the last step, which is how to be consistent. So how you be consistent has to do with your mind. Pretty much all that I explained. That you gotta love the gym. You gotta love your workout. You gotta love what you're doing. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. Obviously, everyone knows that. If you hate working out, how long are you gonna work out? You know those fat guys, they get on a training program. They lose all the weight. You know the Biggest Loser? They lose all the weight. They hate training. They hate doing everything. In 1 year, they gain back all the weight plus 100 pounds, plus 50 pounds. They gain everything back and even more because they crashed their metabolism and they fucked up everything because they don't like training, because they have a bad mentality. Even if they have a better training program than you, you're still gonna look better than them. You're gonna be more jacked than them, and you're gonna be way healthier than them. Obviously, they've just gained 100 pounds more than the weight they just had to lose. And that's pretty much it. There's one last thing that I was gonna talk about, which is don't split your focus on too many things at once. Focus on the gym if that's your main priority. You should focus on your main thing. So if you have, let's say you're drop shipping, okay, you can make money with any business model. Let's just say you're drop shipping. You're drop shipping fucking a crock pot or something, a broomstick, like some new fancy broomstick. You're drop shipping that. If you're drop shipping that, let's say you're making like the TikTok videos where you promote it and you're like, oh look what I found on Amazon. Look, this is you do all that. You think you're gonna be successful if while you're doing that, you're thinking of another business that you're gonna start, which is, I don't know, let's say landscaping, pressure washing. If you're focused on all three of them, your split's gonna go to one, or it's gonna go to all of them, and they're all gonna fuck up because you don't have enough time to focus on all three. You're gonna focus on one. One is in this analogy, one is your training, your hypertrophy training. You train like to be a bodybuilder. Let's say you would like to be strong, a powerlifter, and let's say you play football, like soccer. Very different things. These two pretty similar. This very different. This soccer, powerlifting, bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, hypertrophy, higher rep range, different type of workout than this. This is 5x5, maybe 1 rep max, 3 rep max, all of that. It's not really it's gonna make muscle, but not as much as bodybuilding. 6 to 8 to 12 reps, or 8 to 12 reps, somewhere around there. Very slow eccentric, lower the weight so you can actually get a good control of the weight. Very different than these two. Powerlifting, bodybuilding. Very different. Now you throw in soccer to the equation. You gotta be lean. Your cardio has to be super good. You don't really need arms. You don't really need anything. If you do bodybuilding 3 to 4 times a week, even if you do the whole split that I tell you, then you add on powerlifting. Let's say into the workouts. Your bodybuilding is gonna suffer a bit because you're a little bit more fatigued. But okay, you can have those two. Not that bad. You add in soccer, you're gonna be so fatigued from running all day. Maybe you have to stack them in the same day. Bro, do you think you're gonna make progress? It's gonna take you, instead of 1 year to build 20, let's say 20 pounds of muscle, the body you like, that you want, that you're proud of. Let's say it takes you 2 years to make the perfect body that you like. You can still make more, make it even better, but the one that you're satisfied with, 2 years. You're on powerlifting, maybe 3 or 2.5 years. Okay, not that bad. And you're getting stronger at the same time, because then you would have to add on powerlifting or whatever, right? Then you add in soccer, bro. It's gonna take you 4, 5 years if you're doing all of those things. Focus on your main thing. The main thing for me right now is jujitsu. My training taking a little backseat. I still love training, but I'm mainly focused on this, and it's what I like doing, bro. I like training and jujitsu equally, but right now I have to bring up my jujitsu, and I'm putting my training in the back the back burner. I'm not really trying to make the most impressive gains. And grappling is pretty much it does break your muscles a little bit, it makes you a little bit more muscular, but it's nothing too serious. It improves your cardio. Your cardio is important, don't get me wrong, but it's gonna slow down your muscle growth. And just identify the goal that you want, the main thing. The main thing. One thing, go out, get after that. Other things, shut them out, put them in the back burner so they don't affect your main goal. Aim for your main goal, journal for it, do anything you need to find your first goal. That's gonna help you a lot, my friend. And thank you for watching this video. Hope this helps you out. And yeah, identify your main goal.